Hey everyone, guess who's back? It's Kamish back here with another draft preview. This time we got LOC Tier 3 champion from last year, Josh and Silver Bullets. Now in the CDN Division 2 in Tier 2. And I think that, looking at what we can look at and decipher for your preview here, it's whether or not you can keep that momentum going. Is it only going to take 2 years for you to get to Tier 1? Which would be pretty incredible and would put you in a small basket of owners that have done that, and some of them are still in tier one. So there you go. And I think you have the capabilities of doing it? Absolutely. Think you're an awesome owner. So let's just get right into your preview here, Josh. So give me one moment here. I'll share my screen. Get right into it. There it is, Silver Bullets, Tier 2. Didn't take long to get here. Champion in Tier 3 last year. We look at the keepers. Well, hey, listen, when you're champion, you get the benefit of picking the best. You'd think best team. I thought you picked the best team. Why? Because look at the four-headed monster running back keeper. I mean, you look at other teams in your division. McLovin, it's keeping Marshawn Lloyd. You like that, Sony keeping Austin Eckler? You? Oh, well, I'm keeping Bijan. I'm keeping Brees Hall. I'm keeping Devin Ashane. I'm keeping Bucky Irving. All RB1s. I mean, yikes is all I can say if I'm another CDN Division Two owner. Those guys are obviously going to have to load up on running backs where you can obviously pick the best of the other positional groups early on in the draft, which might work out to your advantage. I mean, let's face it, Bijan, I think is going to be fantasy running back this year, or right there with Saquon. Um, I think Penix, yeah, he still has a bit to go, so they're going to be relying on a run a lot. Brees Hall, I know there's been some kind of weird reports about this guy, but I mean, I think he's going to be running the ball, right? I mean, Justin Fields also will be running the ball. That's one thing I noticed about Fields, though, when he's with the Bears, the running back struggled because Fields gets a lot of those running yards. So one thing to kind of pay attention to there for Brees Hall could be a bit of a downturn there for him. Devin Achane, I think there's competition there in Miami, right? There's the other young running back there, Jalen Wright, trumpet at the bit, obviously. You got Alexander Madison, I think that was signed as a free agent. Always an RB2, it seems, but definitely there to help. And then Bucky Irvin, well, this guy broke out last year, right? And I think he is a solid running back for Tampa Bay. He's a bit on the smaller side, so I think the big thing will be just staying healthy for him. But those four running backs are deadly. And then when I look at wide receiver, Lad McConkey, I mean, great wide receiver to have an ascending wide receiver as well, and on an offense that I think he's going to get a lot of targets. Did as a rookie, obviously. So I think great wide receiver keeper there. And then Caden Ellis is the linebacker. He's also an Atlanta Falcon. And I don't think that's a bad linebacker keeper as well. You did have other options as well. I mean, you have Chris Godwin, you got Evan Ingram on the offensive side of the ball, Pat Fryermuth. Cortland Sutton. So there was a lot of options there for you, but you went with the four running back monster. Caleb Williams is also on your team. And then looking at the defensive side of the ball, Bobby Akarake could definitely be considered as an IDB keeper. So tons of options for you, and that just speaks on the fact that Tier 3 champion gives you a better option and hopefully a fast ticket to Tier 1. I'm sure you're hoping for. Looking at the drop pick scenario too, you'd think, well, all these good keepers, maybe the guy went all in the guy prior to you, but that's not what happened. You got a full complement of picks here. So I think you really are in an ideal situation here to potentially move up. I think you are going to win the division. I'm going to say that publicly. I mean, I think your biggest competition is Justin. But I do think looking at the draft pick scenario here, you're picking late in the first round, which again, I think that's a good thing, right? So, picking 13th and then on the rebound, picking pretty quickly after. So, I think it does give you the opportunity to probably go double up on the wide receivers right off the bat. And then you have all your starting wide receivers, or maybe you get a quarterback early. Lots of good quarterbacks left, though it's a 16 team league. So technically, there should be 16. Well, lots of starters really out there, so lots of opportunity there for you to pick a quarterback. So you could go later. In the 20 team league, that's a little bit trickier because the quarterbacks run out. But I think in tier two, you could definitely wait a bit. Likely first pick, just looking at sleepers rankings, they kind of have Waddle, like Buka, Judy in that range, right? And I think your first pick is likely going to be a wide receiver just for the simple fact that you do have the four-headed running back monster. It's just whether or not are you going to go with an established veteran or are you going to go with a rookie like Buka. I think you would rather go with the established veteran just because I think this is a year where you could win. Whereas if you thought you weren't going to win this year, well, Buka could probably be an option for the future. So for you, Josh, I think if things go well, you are division champ. And honestly, I think if things go well, you could advance to tier one, to be honest. I think you're probably likely going to be division champ unless things go bad. And if things go bad, I see you missing the playoffs. I don't see you dropping to tier three by any means. And again, the commentary for you kind of touched on it already a little bit. Tier one in 2 years, because it potentially on the table, I think it is, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, lots of great owners here in tier two, and a bunch of them moved up with you from tier three last year because of all the player movement. I see a lot of stability in that regard for this year. So I think it's going to make things a little bit tougher moving up, moving forward. But you never know. We do have those years where it does happen. But I definitely feel you are good enough to get up there just as quickly as you got the tier two. You just got to prove what you did last year. So it's up to you, Josh. It's great having you, man.